Hey everybody, I'm back because I got a bunch of new stuff in that I want to show off. So let's make sure, yes, I'm live. So I got a bunch, ooh, and I forgot to put my second camera, There we go. And I'm gonna, excuse me, show you how I buff because I'm loving the DIY, Debbie's Design Diary DIY wax. It's really nice. It's dry. It's been like an hour. It's beautiful. So I'm going to show you that too. Finish up that little project. So here's what's back in stock. And I'm actually going to get my camera to come in a little bit. Back in stock is the Tim Holtz collage paper. And this one is the aviary with the cute little birds. Really sweet. And I have to tell you, I've been using Tim Holtz collage paper, I think, for a really long time, because it used to be in these really like much longer rolls that I love that look like a wax paper roll. But these are great too. They're 6 yards by 6 inches. So really, really nice. Hey, Julie, I'm showing off what's back in stock and what's new. And I'm really excited about what's new. Okay, so aviary's back in stock. This is entomology, which I love, love, love. It's got the butterflies and all that wonderful script. I use this a lot. The little vignette shrines, these are really cool. You can build them into like a shadow box. So it's got pieces, so it'll have a platform. So these are back in stock. They're great, great size for any kind of project that you want to put like on a windowsill. You can hang it on a wall. Really nice. Great to paint. Now what's new? Hey, Deborah, how are you? Deborah's over on YouTube. Right, Deborah? Yay. Okay, this is the one I'm super jazzed about because I love palettes. It's the Tim Holtz collage paper, but this is a brand new design and it's called Palette. Look at this. I just love it. I'm going to open this one. This one will be mine. And this, they got right from old palette books, which I think is so cool. But look at this. Oh. Yep, she's over on YouTube. Yay. Isn't this incredible? I absolutely love this. And it's a really, really nice weight tissue. It's beautiful. But this I absolutely love. It's like I want to do the back of a cabinet or shelves. I don't know. I just love it. And being an artist, I can't tell you, you know, how many times in school we used to have to, you know, paint a palette, right? Mix those colors up. Isn't it beautiful, Julie? It is. It's awesome. That's for sure. So I'm really excited about that. And even though these are small, you can use these on furniture. These would be great on drawer fronts or sections of them on panels. It's really beautiful. And then the other one that I'm super jazzed about, this one is called Photographique the French. Brenda. Brenda's like, hello, more stuff. I know. Well, there's more stuff back in stock, Brenda. And then, yeah, these are new, and I'm really excited about them. But look at this. Oh, I could die. Look at this, the old photographs. But it's like Connecticut, right? There's an old colonial house. We've got the river down there on the bottom. Looks like my aunt's going shopping, right? Oh, I just love it. It says it's Paris, though. It's not Connecticut. I've switched to Facebook. Hey, Deborah, welcome to Facebook. Welcome home, right? So I really, really love this. And it's interesting because it says there's a lot of French words and really cool stuff, but a lot of this looks very New England or when I see a porch like this, I think of the South, right? They always had porches on the front. And that's been, you know, more people in at least in Connecticut are doing that. But I just love this. I really, really do. It's just beautiful. It's so perfect. So super excited about these, but there's more. So let me roll this up. Right? And those of you that are making your, yep, it's new Tim Holtz, Danielle. It's the palette collage paper that I love. And this one is called Photograph or Photographique. And it's just beautiful. I just love it. I really, really do. So I'm excited about those. And then, right, these are mine. Yeah, see, Brenda, you're saying that too. Some are French photographs, but some definitely are not, which I love, right? We can mix and match. Because I've been in rural France, and they don't have, like, you don't see a lot of clapboard, you know, siding. Look at these. Oh, my God. These are, I'm trying to see if that's a good, let me get in even closer yet, closer still. But then I'm going to have to come back out again when I buff my pieces. That's all done. This one, and it's like this fat pack of ephemera. It's called the ephemera pack, and then it has palette up here. And this is all, I just spent an hour adding this all to the website, and you could just look under Tim Holtz. But it's 136 pieces of ephemera, and I'm afraid to open it because they're gonna go everywhere. But wait, there's more. What was that? Who was that guy? Oh, Brenda, remember? And he would do the Ronco-Matic and, you know, all these weird, like, kitchen utensils or appliances that you'd see at 3 o'clock in the morning on TV, right? Oh, God, I remember her. The Ronco, really funny. I have to look it up on YouTube. But there's little frames in here. Let me see if I can open this without having a total explosion. I want to know his designers. Oh, no, this is going to explode everywhere. I'll take a few out. But there are all these little bits of ephemera. Oh, look at that. Oh, I love it. How beautiful is that? And then there's like this little frame, like a 35mm frame. And it's really nice paper. I'm picky about my paper. I don't want shiny paper. I want like that matte paper that just feels really good in your hands. Well, this is it. This is incredible. And the prices are really good, you guys. I was very, thank you, Danielle. Yep, you guys, if you think anybody would love to see this, feel free to scatter it, or what do they say? Scatter it, sprinkle it, right? Thank you. I appreciate that. But how much fun is this? And then, yes, there's even more, Brenda. It's not ending yet. Look at this. This is called transparent layers. Now, by the way, you can use the, I mean, I thought, you know, when I saw this all, when I was ordering the new stuff, I was like, and I think this is all new also. I'm like, we just did that plaster page journal, and you could use this in there, but you could also use this on furniture. You could decoupage these beautiful things on furniture, boxes, shelves, anything like that. But this is all transparent. So let's see. And here's all the, you know, what's in here. They could be added, and it says here, transparent elements that can be added to vignettes or mixed media projects. That I'm not really a mixed media person, but I know I have mixed media people who follow me. So let's see. Oh, look at these. Oh my God. I'm like, oh my God, they're so beautiful. But look at that. It's like on acetate. These are absolutely gorgeous. Wow. Really, really beautiful. Oh, and I see a palette. So for you mixed media people, oh, look at these, and the colors are numbered. This is beautiful. These are really beautiful. Oh, look at that. Are any of you familiar with John Darien? If you're not, look him up. I was an obnoxious art student back in the 80s, and John Darien was just, I guess he's got to be, I think, 10 years older than I am, but he had a studio, and he still makes all his decoupage plates and things, but he was decoupaging on glass, like plates and stuff, and now you can't even touch. He's got a partnership with Astier du Valat, this French company that, you know, one mug is like $300. And this imagery very much reminds me of what John Darien does. And these are all, you know, probably license-free antique images, right? Brenda, please. I don't, you know, I do so much. Brenda's saying, by the way, please, please, please don't start junk journaling. It appears to be on trend with stockists, etc. over here. No offense. Absolutely. I'm not offended at all. Oh, and Deborah's saying, Tim just released. Deborah's on first name basis with Tim. New products, and at the end he shows some products made on YouTube. So I got to go check it out. I am not going to be junk journaling. You don't have to worry about that. Aside from painting furniture, right? I quilt, I hand sew, I embroider. I used to teach silk ribbon embroidery, you know, that kind of stuff. So that's when I have free time, Brenda, that is my thing. But I just loved these images, and like something like I just, you know, did with the inlay, right? You can decoupage these images onto like small projects like this, and that's what totally drew me in. But you guys, there's more. This one is called Transparencies 2, and it says no, Transparent Things. But look at this. Look at this little bird, right? Oh my God, you could put these on like Easter stuff, make Easter cards, stuff like that. Very, very cool. And then last for this, but there's still more. These are called collage strips. And I'm like, ooh, I would like to use these along with IOD molds. And you'll see why. Let me open this. You know, or tags, use it. But look, and plus you could just use these as bookmarks. Look at how absolutely adorable. But look, and there's strips of paper. And I'm like, ooh, I can use this on one of my tags, the wooden tags, and then put like a mold on it or next to it, right? I just love these. Absolutely love them. Or you could give them out as bookmarks, you guys. They're really sweet. Oh, thank you. Oh, and Deborah's saying, thank goodness, it is a fad, these mini journals, right? These things look great in the clay frames, yes. And I've done that where, because these are a little bit, these are like cardstock, not cardboard, but nice, you know, they have nice body. But I've cut out the middle of the cameo frames, or the little frames, and you could put stuff behind them. Yeah, how amazing would those be, right? You can make ornaments, that kind of stuff. And then I have one more thing to show you. And I don't know, are you guys into stencils like I am? I love, cute, right? Julie's saying cute. Yep, and they look great in the clay frames. Absolutely, Deborah, I love it. But I've got a decoupage paper. I have not, I just got, I just opened a wholesale account with, I think it's called Decoupage Queen, because I know she is the distributor, or they're the distributor for Pent Art. And because I've had, you know, my Polyvine stuff is coming in. It's on a boat, right? I just got in touch with Polyvine because I really love the Polyvine crackler. And I've got some specialty brushes that I want to order. So once that Polyvine comes in, I'll be getting that. But then I looked over at Pentart and I'm like, you know, there is a lot of really cool stuff. So I opened up a wholesale account. And I just don't know about, are you guys really into those decoupage papers? Like how, you know, I want to come out a little bit more here. There's just all these gorgeous decoupage papers. And I'm like, I get overwhelmed just looking at them and like, how am I going to choose decoupage papers, right? So I brought in one new stencil. But I think it's so pretty. I love it. And I just want to do it with milk paint on a furniture project. But it's called Lace, right? Can you see that? Isn't it gorgeous? And you can just repeat this. And I saw this piece of furniture and it just sold me, right? Look at how beautiful that is. I don't know who did that, but I absolutely fell in love with this stencil. So I brought this in and I think it's stunning. And then lastly, I did get, because I loved this decoupage paper of cracked paint. I'm like, that is super cool. And I would put that behind like some Iron Orchid molds or something, or I could stencil right on it. And these sheets, these are actually 13 by 15. There's 3 of them in this pack. So I thought that was really cool. But you use it all the time, Deborah's saying. DQ just came out with stencils. DQ. Dairy Queen. I'm hungry. Decoupage Queen. Oh, okay. I'll check it out. I have to go in and look. I have to find the time to go in and look and place my order, right? You love stencils. See, I do too. I'm like, stencils I could use over and over and over again. And you can create a million different looks with one stencil, right? Brenda's loving the stencils. Oh, good. Stamperia. Yep, I used to use Stamperia or Stamperia all the time, years and years ago. Brenda, you use their decoupage papers all the time. Wow. You guys are like, yeah, you're way more sophisticated when it comes to all the products, right? I'm like that with all my sewing stuff. And paint. All right. There is a lot of stuff I have. You love it all, right, Julie? Me too. All right. I want to show you how I buff, because I realize I don't get to this a lot, and it's a really, really important step. The reason being, you don't have to buff, right? But if you're doing a surface that's going to be used a lot, like my dining room table, when it's totally waxed. I'm not a poly person. I'll teach you guys how to use polys and stuff, but I don't like to have it on my furniture. But what I do is when I wax a tabletop, or when I used to do custom work, I would put down a coat of wax, let it dry 24 hours, buff it. Then I would immediately put down another coat of wax, let it dry 24 hours, buff it, and then do that one more time, and then buff the heck out of it, because the buffing makes it even more durable, right? And of course, the curing process. And I love how it looks. It's just beautiful. So I use a little horsehair buffing brush like this. I don't use this on white paint, white finishes, because I believe they dye the horsehair or whatever this is. And I've seen, I learned the hard way. I saw like brown as I was buffing. So I'm really, really careful about that. But I just take this and I just buff. And you get the most beautiful sheen. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah. See that sheen? It's not shiny. It's not matte, but it's just this, and it feels really good. I love the DIY wax. I love it. So here it is, unbuffed. And there it is. Hopefully you could see that. Sheen. And it's just a satin, beautiful finish, and I love it. I love wax, right? I just love it. But you just go around like this, and I've worked on projects with wax where I just leave them matte. But for this, I just wanted to add just a little bit. Right? And it feels so good. Have you ever tried, texture paste? So, all right. You love it all, I know. So Deborah, I haven't. And there was a product I used to use that nobody makes except for Authentico, and I'm no longer the distributor for Authentico. It's called Sea Salt Fizz. And it was an actual powder that you put into the paint that would make it bubble. So I would put one color underneath, another color on top, and then put the Sea Salt Fizz, and then it would pop, and you'd see this beautiful, the color underneath and this beautiful kind of texture. The super textury stuff, I just haven't experimented with yet. I love the cracked gesso. I love that texture. A lot of that furniture I look at with those heavy textures, and I'm just, it's just not my thing. So, texture paste. So I have to give it a try. Maybe if I use it in a way where it's more like the gesso, right? And I've seen, antique pieces where they're layered and layered and layered, and you do start to get a texture. And remember, that's my jam, is looking at, antique painted finishes, heirloom painted finishes. That's what I try to recreate. So I'll have to get some of that texture stuff and see, right? See what I can do with it. I love as I said, the cracked gesso, that kind of thing. And I love layering milk paint. You could create a lot of really beautiful texture with milk paint. So I will check it out. I can get it if you guys are into it. Texture grit or texture crackle. Deborah wants to know if I'll be carrying it. Well, if there's a demand for it, I absolutely will. Deborah, tell me what you do with the texture paste, grit, and crackle. Tell me how you use that. And then it comes in opaque and transparent. So I'm really curious about that. It's like, right, it is. And it's I used to buy a lot of Jack Richson brushes, and it's just, my other one is falling apart, but it's just a nice buffing brush. Yeah. I remember my father buffing his wingtips, right? Every week he would polish. He had beautiful shoes, and then he would buff them. I love it. Pentart has a lot of great products, but in my opinion, you need a spreadsheet, to keep it all straight. A lot of it is also 2 steps, right? Yep. Oh, and you use it on stencils. Okay, so like a textured stencil, right? Like a dimensional stencil. And so when you use that, Deborah, is it different than using I don't know, remember we did in the membership, I used wood putty. Are all those textures, do they show up differently in the stencils? That's what I'm wondering about. Because with the Tim Holtz stuff, I think we're straddling the mixed media world and the furniture painting world, right? Which is great to me. I mean, it's all fair game. Because if you're working on a frame and you want to add texture with stenciling and stuff, you might go over to the mixed media and grab some of that, right? Oh, if you use a transparent texture, you could use it over finish and see through it. That sounds very cool. Well, that I'm going to have to put on my plate to check out, Deborah, for sure. And yeah, my next thing that I'm going to get are the Polyvine The crackler, it is a two-step, but I think it's breathtakingly beautiful. And Deborah's saying the Tim Holtz stuff is affordable. Absolutely. Yes, and it's affordable for me too. I mean, as a wholesaler, you see these prices very, really in a crazy way, right? Some are really high, and then you think it's the same product, and somebody else has it really low. And it's like, is it different? Is it inferior? Like, what's going on there? Polyvine to me is a really, really good company. I've used their products and they're really nice. They're really, really good. You get a consistent outcome. That crackler that looks like porcelain crackling is stunning. Like, I love it. I used to use it all the time. So that's it, you guys. Deborah, I will check that out. I'll bring, more Tim Holtz stuff in. I did create, if you go to chalkmercantile.com, he's got his own tab now, because I do find myself, bringing more and more stuff in. But I have to tell you, I just became a DIY paint retailer, and I love the paint, and I really love the waxes, because I just did this, and you hear that? It's dry. It's not sticky. It's like, this is beautiful. It's silky smooth, and it looks luscious. I love it. Deborah, you have Polyvine too. It's expensive, right? Well, it's really good quality. It didn't look too crazy. I'm going to bring in the little ones, because because I like to use it on trays, maybe on draw fronts. I haven't done an entire giant piece with it yet. Oh, Deborah, I don't do furniture, but I make the smaller items. Okay. So that's why you love the little things, because you don't need those big, massive amounts. So I get that. Brenda says, Victoria from old to ooh la la uses only Polyvine, right? It's good stuff. It's good stuff. It's beautiful. I wish I could find something else like the sea salt fizz. That was very cool. That was a really, really interesting product. I'm gonna have to go do an experiment in my kitchen, see if I could get something to work like it. All right, you guys, it's 2 o'clock. My little grandson's coming over soon. I watch him on Fridays, Thursdays, Fridays, and sometimes another day. But I wanted to show you how to buff, and then, of course, all these cool new products. I'm really excited. One more time I'll show you is the palette. Oh, I love this. I just love it. So I'm really, really excited about this. So I'll be doing some projects with that. All right, you guys. And Deborah's saying, I think you're saying Victoria's stuff looks beautiful, right? I believe it. Oh, thanks, Deborah. We're going to have fun. I opened the box when it came in. And by the way, I'm getting a second box soon. It's somewhere out there on a truck. But I usually wait for Mateo to come over, because he loves to help Gigi open. And then we check stuff in. I show him how we make sure everything's in there. And he loves to help me with that. And he's so cute. We play store, right? Remember being a kid and playing a store owner? It's so much fun. All right, you guys. Enjoy. Any questions, be sure to ask me, and I'll be back again soon. If that box, I don't think it's going to be coming until Monday, but I'll be back with a project definitely for the palette tissue paper, and to see how you all are doing, right? As my friend Joni says, everybody have a wonderful Friday and a